scrimmaging. It just seemed a little bit up and down, a little bit rocky of a road, but in the end, they are still a very powerful team, and they've already proven that all throughout today.
And they were still practicing. So.
Exactly. And now they got another matchup, though, to prove themselves against SGEU. Like you said, it's a one-game series. There's still even more to come after this series here in the bracket stage eventually, I'm sure. But this will help us at least get a better of an idea of what we're dealing with. So with that said, actually, before we do jump into the game, let's actually take a quick look here, break down the rosters here, team profiles for both teams. So as you see, already into the game we are. The Blind Bands, hell, we're in the locking stage at this point. These two teams antsy to get it going and can't blame them. Really, really excited on it. I really am, man. I mean, you look at the records, both of them 3-0. Again, there's great storylines. And as we saw there in the team profile videos, another thing that's really worth bringing up is this is the first time Hacks are in. We'll be playing against his old team.
Yeah.
In complexity here. So that's another thing kind of to keep in mind. Again, his former team. So
yeah, both teams get to pit their new rosters against each other, see whether that swap was really for the better.
Yeah. Good thing I had my profanity filter on.
What do you mean?
Or else it would have been not stars and something else. I got a whisper from.
Oh, okay. Well,
it happens. It happens.
Yeah,
Anyways,
I understand.
But yeah, so again, I'm sure he's looking to definitely do very well against complexity.
Sure.
To say the least, and that's definitely going to have an impact. So
let's cut the chit chat and get into these blind bands and locks then.
Let's do that. Blind Bands, Raleigh Lodestone coming up for Complexity. Moon Queen Ophelia for State Green EU. Keeper of the Forest into Tempest Parasite, followed up by the Pebbles Magmus. So, nothing too strange here so far. Pharaoh, the final lock. Nothing really even strange with that either. So
nothing too strange. Legion side opting to get rid of that rally pick. Doesn't want to actually see it in response. If they were locking something like Keeper Tempest, when you leave the rally in the pool, it gives them the chance to grab something like, say, hey, Tempest rally in response to that Keeper pick, or hey, Keeper rally in response to that Tempest pick. So taking out of the game there is actually pretty smart when you're first pick, if you do want to get the jungler first out of that lock pool. Besides that, taking a look. Right now, a Hellborn team is pretty much guaranteed. Let's see if they lock. Who actually locked that Parasite? Minots did.
Yes.
Okay, so he's guaranteed. If he wants, he's guaranteed like Suicide Laner or something like that, plus a jungler. Yeah, depending. You can always run Tempest as more of a laning Tempest instead of a, jungle Tempest and open up the road to Parasite if they so choose. Something to keep in mind. If they were to do that, they would leave open Pebbles though for B-Kid. So some interesting back and forth going on there. Otherwise, Magmus and Pharaoh a little bit less desirable, but potential maybe situational drafts. Besides that, going on to the bans here, Fade banned out right away by B-Kid. I know B-Kid absolutely hates that hero and hates getting cheesed by him, respectively. Engineer, very powerful laning option taken out. Master of Arms is still available, though, as the picking's happening. Deadwood, Torture, Draconis, and Scout being taken out of the pool. So Moon Meander, I said a lot of people are banning out Scout against Complexity.
Yeah. The Draconis also throws me off a little bit right there. Kind of what B-Kid had in mind there when it came to the Draconis ban. But nonetheless, we're already flying on here in the picking stage. The Master of Arms we talked about. The Bubbles, Aluna, very quick response. Coming out from my nuts right there.
Well, Haxorn is coming off of a very powerful Draconis game just
prior,
6-0 and 7.
That makes sense then.
So maybe still fearing a bit the carry potential of Draconis. They used it against Myth S2Y to great effectiveness, picked up an Energizer, and then into an All-Stone Savage Maze. So, yeah. Wanted to deal with that.
Classic days of that. How about it? Pyromancer Pandemonium coming out here for Complexity. We saw the Pandemonium ran earlier against S2Y, I believe it was.
Yeah.
For Complexities.
So. I'm actually expecting more of this Pyro support this game with the Master of Arms. I mean, Master of Arms Panda is a great lane, don't get me wrong, but would be more expecting to see Tralf here playing the carry Master more than anything. That being said, he might do something like carry Pyro, but I'm pretty sure it's going to be that Sandwraith being highlighted here. That would be interesting. Pandemonium, though, B-Kid has been playing him a lot, and even if he hasn't had the most impressive score in the end, he always seems to just be a massive threat for the enemy team. He hasn't always had the best KD or anything like that, but is a major threat, a major target for the enemy team, and is able to pick up very tanky items, Nullstone, Shrunken Head, Behemoth's Heart, while carrying a game.
Yeah. Yeah, we saw that earlier against S2Y, and always just seems to do that. He's never really the big name player necessarily that will be. During the game, though, he'll make the plays, and
he will for sure. Now, minus armor, Master of Arms, Panda, always a nice combination as well.
That is true. I mean, you're talking about that. It is kind of.
They're really highlighting. I mean, Haxor. I wonder if he's actually edging for that sand.
You see, he's kind of convincing. Haxor is on the camera there. I mean, he's definitely leaning over, constantly talking. I'm sure it's
Predator.
along the lines
so they're talking
of
about the carry types. And to go for the Predator instead. He's like, dude, we're going against the Pandemonium, though. Pandemonium's pretty good against Predator in terms of heroes that can counter him. Stonehide, literally, Pandemonium doesn't care about, other than the fact that it gives bonus armor. But these teams are going fast here. Keeper of the Forest, snap picked, a powerhouse hero in the hands of Riserman, if not his best hero, followed by the Pebbles Tempest in response. So not going to go for the double jungle, but having a very formidable lineup around him.
Speaking of B-Kid playing that Pandemonium, I actually just got a fun stat from Crowslaw. He apparently went 5-0 kill-to-death ratio as Pandemonium in the qualifiers.
In the qualifiers, yes.
Again, I'm not exactly sure how many games that did consist of, but did fairly well, to say the least. So something else to keep in mind when you look at that Pandemonium pick for him. So Parasite's the final pick. Obviously, the Tempest Pebbles came out there.
Yeah.
For State Unit EU.
Parasite obviously being left open is going to be in the hands of Riser as the team's standard jungle player, as I almost
almost killed yourself.
A spill there. I don't know what's up with that chair. Almost fell straight to the ground. Meanwhile, Moon playing that Keeper of the Forest. More likely in a suicide roller. If not, I need to take a look further here. But wouldn't be weird to see him go to another safe lane as well. Yeah, but given their team, they didn't really have any other strong suicide options. So unless they're doing something like a man-up lane, which against the Tempest you can't really afford to do. Against a passive jungler, sure. Can't really afford to do that here. I would expect to see him go to the top there. So
apparently he played 3 games as Pandemonium and actually went 10-0 in one of them. So again, just kind of further stats as far as B-Kid playing the Pandemonium is concerned. Rift Predwalker coming out. What did I just say?
More highlighting, there was a game this tournament where he was like 3-4-2, but he was absolutely dominating. He had Behemoth's Heart, he had Nullstone, Shrunken Head against Myth S2Y, and maybe it's scrims. I'm referencing more than actual matches. Then what's wrong?
Just what I said.
What did you say?
We've been casting a while. I said Rift Predwalker. I don't know where that even came from.
Rift Predwalker.
Predwalker. The dangerous Predwalker. Roaming in the jungles. No,
the Riftwalker Predator.
Riftwalker Predator. That makes more sense. But yeah, being played here by Haxor, and so yeah, the Predator pickup. He's definitely become a lot more valuable. You see a lot of talking going on back and forth. It's again, they're having fun. They know each other very well, to say the least. I mean, these two teams, all the players, only 10 of these players have definitely met up at LANs.
Yeah, I wonder how they were getting along after Haxor and Haxor lined up.
I don't think it was anything personal. Again, Trell fit in just great for Complexity.
Oh, exactly. It was better for both teams, so maybe they're happier off, too, and they're like, yep, no harm done.
It's a big deal by any means.
Still, something I was curious about. Meanwhile, we are going to see that Predator top lane is definitely capable of holding his own, while the Aluna and Pebbles will probably be matched up together there in the middle. Pretty standard setup, but also allows for that Tempest to, well, get active and make things happen. Predator going up against this Keeper of the Forest here is actually able to do quite well. Keeper of the Forest currently shaping up mid just to actually spawn the minions, though. Get back, grab some mana, and then he'll beat the lane. So, going to attempt to do a good pull here. Curious to see how the Hellborn team responds, if they're going to try to screw around with it all, but no, looks like they're just going to let him get it off.
Again, as you see at the top of your screen, guys, both these teams 3-0 record here in the group stages.
That's
so
nifty. You got the little add-on there.
Yeah, one of the obviously with it being a best of one, no reason to put the series score.
Of course,
on,
so yeah, might as well use that space. And
got
I
the
like
record
it.
up there. But yeah, both of them 3-0. So again, somebody's gonna go home, or no, not go home, but somebody. That's it, guys.
Somebody's gonna
Loser
go
this goes home. By the way,
loser this.
we decided to make that happen.
Doesn't
here.
matter that they're both going to qualify for the winners bracket. There's
Teams
one of them
agreed.
is going home.
Teams agreed. Loser goes home. That's all they do here. Man mode here. No, so one of these teams will obviously remain undefeated, or the other will suffer their first loss of the group stages. So. But it's safe to say, these two teams definitely setting themselves up to at least advance on to the winners bracket portion.
Yep.
But again, you want to keep those wins going, because fair chance if you do happen to trail off and finish 4th place overall, you could be facing Stay Green perhaps in that very first round. Or again, there's plenty of scenarios. In the end, you want to win. I mean,
Yeah,
I think
for sure.
it speaks for
Well,
itself. But
Yeah, Bubbles normally, has he's an okay suicide laner that he can survive, but against the Master of Arms, I would normally expect him not to have the best of times here, especially with the Parasite in the woods, but Tempest denying his lane, taking out a melee creep, and then he did an excellent job blocking, so the range creep was in front, got aggroed first, so he has an immense amount of lane control right now, and going to help him a lot here in this matchup.
you see Predator going to apply the pressure, does have that Carnivorous, of course, on top of the Venomous Leap, so able
With
to
pull traders, is definitely able to contend with the
with
Keeper.
that Keeper just fine. Master of Arms in the meantime, being played by Tralfador here, so it goes back to what you were talking about. I mean, deciding to go with the carry Master. Of course, that means the Pyromancer instead going to play that support role. Being played by Peter Pandam, of course, so they don't get necessarily that minus armor effect, but they do get a lot of stun lockdown and some good burst damage between these two heroes in this middle matchup. So, hell, either hero, Pebbles or Luna, if they just catch them out of position.
doing a great job of picking up CS here at the tower, probably doing his best to try to interrupt it, but no, pretty much sitting on even footing now.
As we talked about as well with Pandemoniums, especially in this matchup. Top rune, by the way, Refreshment rune going to be picked up by Pyromancer. That means the real rune spawns bottom. It is the Illusion rune. Is the skill build that Pandemoniums go, especially in a case like this where it's a 2v2 matchup. Seems like staying away from the flurry.
From what I've seen B-Kid do, he usually just picks up 1 point of flick.
Okay.
I haven't actually seen him do more than one in the laning phase. I don't believe throughout the scrims or the matches recently. We'll have to see how that goes. He is going against the Pebbles, though, who is notorious for his low starting armor. And actually going for a setup right here. The Parasite rotation.
Yeah, comes in with the leash right there. The Tracker Fire Stun hitting as well. Power Throw comes in from Luna. A little bit of threat right there. Hero blocking, though, coming out. The Phoenix Wave will connect, but it's not going to be enough for the kill. So Limp right there on Pebbles does manage to actually get away and survive. So no Bloodlust kill just yet.
Some good good shield procs coming out there with his Iron Buckler and just the interrupt from the Luna stun, too. So, well done.
Managed to stay alive there in the end. And again, no Bloodlust kills. We now approach that 3-minute mark here into this game. Pandemonium is going to be delivered that bottle.
Yep, so going to have another combo ready. And well, you saw the massive amount of lockdown they have between the Pyro, between the Panda, the Flick, into the Cannonball, into the Pyro stun. Really allows that Parasite to get up in there, so. Gonna have another Minotaur here. I don't think he'll actually use it to gank, though. I think he's just going to. Oh boy, looking for Wild Hunters there.
Yeah.
Nothing, so going to try to stack it again at the minute mark, and I think he'll just use this Minotaur to farm the creeps in front of him. Or not. He's actually rotating right mid for a gank, so, well, not going to choose the power level here. Not going to try to contend with this Tempest, who's sitting at 330 gold per minute right now. Minot's absolutely going crazy in this jungle.
Yeah, he knows what he's doing when it comes to jungling, especially on Tempest.
I don't know, man. He's got that minnow. He's looking for the gank again, but look at the ward. They have a ward there by Fitsky. If he chooses to dip down, he's going to get spotted. Yeah, wasting time, so.
Yeah, you're right. He could have definitely taken out this camp right here, or maybe even stacked again, but
yeah,
instead just for an opportunity, didn't get it.
Killed that and then stacked the mediums. Yeah. Still has a camp man here, gonna try to clean this up and then rush straight mid and try for another gank. Gonna be a lot harder for him to kill that hard camp now, though. Because it only has goaders. There's no Mega Boss creep to assist with that. Well, not actually gonna run for that gank and to just keep his farm up. But yeah, enough about Parasite for now.
Riser definitely just like my dad's plays the Tempest very well. Riser on Parasite also equally as great on that hero. So just fine.
Tempest out farming the Parasite in the woods, but Master out farming the Bubbles in lane. Top lane is a little bit of white. Predator is slightly out farming Keeper, but Keeper doing a lot better than Bubbles is. So leading an overall even game.
Yeah.
Tempest level 6 though does tell a whole different story. And an illusion rune from Pyromancer scouting him out, so not able to get a gank off in mid, but expect to see him rotate maybe towards the top. He does have Dust, so you know, gank at the tower combined with Predator, combined with that Stonehide, or he actually didn't get the Stonehide here, so can't even shrug it off. And the mana, actually, Keeper of the Force doesn't even have mana for if he wanted to, so a nice gank coming out here from Tempest will set the pace for this top lane, resulting in a quick tower push. He's backing way up, man. Uh-oh.
Are they gonna maybe die for something here?
He doesn't have, well, he doesn't have boots on Tempest. Gonna actually try to jump right here and not gonna get it.
Moon went in for a hatchet throw right there. That could have been the difference, but
playing it safe instead.
Gets away.
I was thinking you should have tried it with Dust, especially because, well, actually, he did pick up boots on Keeper. I'm wrong. I was gonna say I didn't think he had boots and he had steam boots there on Pred, but he did pick up earlier boots, and I do agree with that matchup like this, where going up against a Pred with steam boots when you're sitting bootless or rushing for your Ring of Sorcery will end in absolute disaster.
Yeah.
So yeah, Tempest going for his power push here at 6 minutes into the game. Pebbles, proud owner of a new Invis rune here. Curious to see what he actually chooses to do with it. It's very deadly, and maybe actually looks like he wants a piece of Tralfmador here. Don't think Tralf had vision of him picking up that Invis. This could very likely catch him off guard. He has no idea what's coming. Is he actually going to back out? Bubbles can land this ulti if he needs. He's not. Oh, no.
Nope. He has strength steam boots on, but it's probably not going to matter then. Song of the Sea comes out. Kelpho, there's the Bloodlust kill. Coming in favor of Stay Green. So the Limp picking up the Invis rune, and obviously we saw the end result right there. So saw that coming the whole way pretty much.
Yeah, so Bubbles, the tower, pretty much still at full health on the bottom lane. No ganks happening to the mid lane. Pebbles, being a part of that Bloodlust kill, going to be picking up on Steam Boots here. Let's compare that to Pandemonium. Seeing it a solid ult. They're pretty much tied in gold per minute.
Yeah, it's a little bit of back and forth there, but speaking of the gold per minute chart, I mean, you got Predator. He's shining up there at 370 gold per minute here.
And actually picked up a point of his Stonehide there at level 7. I was a little bit concerned if he wasn't, but yeah, toned down the aggressiveness a little bit here and have an out for the Keeper. Let's check out Parasite. He's farming in the mid, trying to rotate, but Predator's able to be aggressive here if he so chooses.
Where is Predator?
Top.
Yes, he's right here. Or, no, wow, I meant to say Parasite. Parasite is right
Parasite's
here. Predator
right
is top. Yeah, he's still top, just farming, but looking around for Parasite. Has a Vagabond later, but not going to
check that Courier on the one side. That does have Pebbles and Steam Boots on it. Letting the Ring of Sorcery getting delivered to Minuts first. Parasite doing his best to try to keep up and farm, but this Tempest is farming way too fast for him.
You see right there, Predator just continuously leaping on Moonman. They're playing this Keeper of the Forest, just really getting as much harassment damage as possible and getting him to Invis.
Keeping Moon at a point too, where Moon's forced to sit around to soak around and get experience for occasional last hits. I mean, doesn't have mana to set up a kill on him with a root, so overall pretty safe. That being said, until Pandemonium rotates, Pandemonium's a hero that can easily deal with this. However, Tempest is sitting behind. They do not seem receptive to this. However, Tempest is moving forward right now.
Oh, but here comes Pandemonium. He's going to jump on a Tempest right there. Parbatz also catches him, and down falls Tempest. So Predator, he's going to go full retreat mode. He will be fine. But yeah, that was just bad timing.
Yeah, bad luck, man. I don't think he was focusing on this Panda that was coming up from the side there. Had his eyes locked. 4 potential Keeper of the Forest kill the root, freezing him just out of reach, and then setting up the Pandemonium, the flick into the Cannonball combo. So Yeah, bad timing, but exactly what Complexity needed, man. What could have been a horrible situation, crisis averted.
Yep. So
And,
1-1 hero kills.
Seaboot's giving Moon enough mana for that as well.
Pandemonium going back to the middle lane now. He has 1,000 gold saved up. Could be finishing those Ghost Marchers. In fact, there you go. Punch Daggers going to be delivered to him here shortly. And, yeah, he will have that finish. Keeper the Force in the meantime. Force to the bottom lane. Yeah, just going to pick up some farm down there now. Not able to get much up top. Master of Arms, however, he will take over the top lane. For now, at least. And see what he can do when it comes to his farm. So,
Keep my eye on Pred. We saw Tralfmador in that one game.
yeah.
He went for the Insanitarius plus Elder Parasite route. A lot of Predators, other ones we're seeing, they're opting to go items more like Frostburn into a Brutalizer a little bit later on to Shrunken Head, or items like Demonic. So, yeah, be curious.
Yeah, where will Haxorn go? 1,600 plus gold saved up right now. So
Looking at this Legion team here, okay, so they do have a lot of lockdown even through his ultimate. Shrunken Head won't really help with that, especially against a Pandemonium, so I want to avoid the Shrunken round and go more for that raw damage. I mean, I think something like that Insanity could be pretty strong here still.
Ace at Pebbles. We got Limp right here. He's looking for that
Good
opportunity.
rune luck, man.
Yeah. Can't find it,
Into
though.
his haste. No opportunity opening up just yet. Pandemonium playing pretty safe here in his positioning and has the Pyromancer behind him, so he's not too worried here.
Some bait possibility coming out here for Pandemonium, trying to see if they'll jump him. And in fact, he says he doesn't want to wait. He's going to be the one to jump, actually. Pebbles gets caught right there. He does split up with the illusion, chucks him off him. Poor coming in. Parasite running in with the leech. The face are on him a little, but not nearly enough damage coming up for Riser. Stun on the Tempest. It canceled the Elemental Void immediately. And then in the foreground, he saw the face smash used on an illusion. Wow. That was
Trying to save his buddy from, that Pebbles illusion. Pyromancer actually got caught up there. Didn't get his stun off at first after the Pandemonium combo. But yeah, excellent interrupt onto the Tempest Elemental Void. And overall, a exchange in favor of the Legion side.
Yeah.
Did he actually use his Keeper Root to cancel Bubbles' port? I saw Keeper Roots on cooldown.
I can't say I saw
And
exactly.
I see Bubbles
what that
has
was
no
used for.
port, so I'm just going to go ahead and assume that's what happened right now. I don't have all the details, but yeah, I'm going to assume that that's what resulted in their favor.
It is possible. It is possible. Predator, by the way, while that fight was just about to take place, he actually just purchased his Alchemist Bones.
Okay, so
Had that delivered. So there you go. Answer to the question of at least what he'd be going for initially.
okay, so people do say that Alchemist Bones take a while to reinvest themselves for it to actually be worth it. But a hero like Predator, a lot of his power comes from that attack speed in the first place, building up enough charges. Actually, Pandemonium
Gets chucked off.
Yeah, nope. Try to get the Pebbles, I mean. But yeah, a lot of his strength. Oh, Bubbles finding that angle. Not going to even bother talking. Quick pick off onto Peter Pandem, and Zai struts on out. So, I was going to say, though, Predator, a hero that really relies on that attack speed to build up the terror charges so he actually gets that minus armor attack speed bonus. And on top of that, meanwhile, the bottom tower is getting pushed. On top of that, the
Carnivorous.
Well, the Carnivorous, but also when you're farming neutrals, people say it takes a while for the actual charges from Alchemist Bones to pay back, but keep this in mind, too. You're not actually spending time farming that creep that you Alchemist Bones.
Yeah.
It's less of a time investment in farming as well, on top of the fact that it gives you bonus gold for that creep, so you can move on and farm more caps with haste.
Yeah, it's definitely a solid item. Nice take cover right there from Bubbles. Actually, I guess the leech still hit, so it didn't matter in the end. But the follow-up just wasn't going to happen. The force came in, and Complexity wasn't looking to have much else of that fight. So they fall back. Back to Pandemonium now in the middle. I mean, this goal per minute chart has been very solid for both teams, really. Both teams have a great spread going on. The leading factor is Haxorn playing that Predator.
Yeah.
Obviously, the Alchemist Bones will help with that. So.
And just recently acquired, so
Yep.
we can see that curve more and more in his favor as the game goes on. Keeper of the Forest actually, well, edging out the Tempest a bit in farm right here. Tempest has tried to get active and make some stuff happen. Might end up taking a death forward in that top lane and will displace Elemental Voids.
Getting some Ancients here. His State Green EU before. Well, it's a pause coming out, so well, apparently the good old quick pause coming out here by our Hellborn team. So back into the game now, and Predator continuing to be here at the top lane. not being distracted at all whatsoever. I mean, he is just having his own time here at the top side, so you got to kind of wonder too when complexity.
I think he believes that Pred is balanced. Doesn't really care if they're farming elsewhere because, you know, baby, I've got the Pred.
Yeah. Haystream bottled up by Pandemonium. Again, another case of, will they take advantage of a solid rune bottle up right there. Not going to clean up some Ancients in the meantime. Pyromancer even coming into the party.
Elder Parasite now picked up by Predator as well, so to answer that question, yes, he will go Elder Parasite.
Continuing the attack speed route as well. The Elder Parasite pickup, so it goes back to those benefits that you talked about earlier. The attack speed buffs for him.
Well, once again, it's nice too, just the passive health. If you don't want to go with anything like a Helm to Black Legion, it's like a helm for him that allows him to be aggressive.
Yeah. Tempest, in the meantime, how's he coming along? Ring of Sorcery, Ring of Teacher. Wynut's farm definitely slowed down a little bit, but at the same time, he's still farming just well. 308 gold per minute currently. So he's still doing enough for his team, it's safe to say. Where we got here.
Each team has picked off, you know, the respective off-lane tower, or I should say safe lane tower, my bad. Hellborn team did pick off the mid, though, and that's contributing a lot to their 1,800 gold advantage right now. So complexity still certain amount to make up here. Keeper of the Forest in the mid lane doesn't seem to be trying to push anything here.
Gonna just fall back for the time being. They had a Wild Hunter.
They had a Wild, yeah, so they were trying to set it up, but just
he ran right over a Rev Ward though, so that gave our Hellborn team all the information they needed in terms of backing up. There's the portal key purchase by Limp coming out, playing this Pebble. So
that's the game changer.
Yep.
There's one here. No portal keys anytime soon here for the Legion side. Unless BK throws a curveball and picks one up on Panda for us. Initiation is going to favor Hellborn, especially on top of the fact that, once again, not only do they have the Pebbles portal key, they have that level 4 power throw with Emerald Red.
Yeah.
Contributing greatly to the...
Oh, speaking of portal key, right away, Pandemonium team with the Master Call comes out there, Cannibals are going to be used, and BK will survive. So a kill opportunity in the hands for Stay Green EU. And just, again, not enough damage. Master of Arms saves the day there.
Level 2 Master's Call.
Yeah.
Defensive Master's Call for him, so... Yeah, quick reactions there, man. A second later, and he would have been absolute roast.
Yeah, he definitely would have been taken out right there. So we do got in the meantime, Pebbles actually gonna do a little bit of damage here on a Keeper of the Forest, but too much. More so doing it for creep farm purposes, and instead gonna fall back to base, gets a regen. And perhaps port to a tower. Predator, so it looks like, here we go. They're going to start addressing the Predator now. Will they be able to set up a kill with this? Flick's coming in. He does use the Hardy Carapace right off the bat, or the Stone Hide, I should say. And will it be enough to save him? No, it will not. The burst damage is too intense. Bubbles trying to go for the counter kill. Comes in with the kill. Pebbles still Logman's coming out. The stuns from Timmons as well. He chucks him over to his friend right there, but Pyromancer will escape with his life. Not the same to be said for Pandemonium, however. So they do get the counter kill at least.
Yeah, 1 for 1. I think Pred's a bit more valuable to the Panda right now, being the safe lane farmed up carries. Almost 400 gold per minute right now. Still a valuable pick off onto Panda.
Yeah.
Holding his growth back, and Master Arms farming in the meanwhile.
Oh, wow. Umianer rooting right there to prevent a tower deny. And he also will get away with that set, or will he? Yeah, he should be able to.
Very well done.
Yeah, great timing there. Mid-animation of an auto attack from Aluna. Seemed like that was going to be enough for deny. I'm going to stop it and, well, get away. So, a solid use of it. Again, it's not the longest cooldown in the world. 20 seconds, so not that big of a deal.
Sanitarius is going to be the follow-up, so talked about that Elder Parasite and Sanitarius route. Alchemist Bones being the only sidetrack on that path to advancement.
Oh, what's happening over here? Okay, yeah, Parasite runs right into Fitske.
Actually, what level Codex is that? Is it just level 1? So level 1 Codex. And yeah, just making short work of Fitske, man. Got that level 2 draining Venom after that kill. So, yeah, Parasite, well, actually out-leveling the Tempest at this point, man, and taking over for almost highest experience per minute in the game.
Yeah. Pebbles going to lead his team down here at the bottom lane. Or not Pebbles, but Parasite can. Wow. Predator, that's who I meant. So many P's in this game. Predator going to lead the way to this bottom lane. Gets the tower kill. And you see Complexity not really looking to do much about it. So push going to continue even. I don't know for how long, but
B-Kid made a point that he's going for more of that farming Panda Road too. Nullstone high on his priority list here. Already has that Blessed Orb. So.
Damage is going to be put on. Keeper of the Forest is nearby. Doesn't have that root, so we talked about that earlier. He used the root to get away, which was nice, but doesn't have it up just yet. 10 more seconds, however. It is getting close in vulnerability. Will it be in time? They are ready to port in. They're porting to the base tower. It looks like, did he want to make something happen? Perhaps. Again, Keeper of the Forest is here with the root ready to go. And here's that team support. Not going to be going in, though. SGEU just a little bit too quick to react. The tower is, however, just out of deny range.
Codex actually being leveled up by Riser too, so a lot of parasites lately, man. They're just using to straight up level that up.
Yeah.
Two delivered. Swarm's trying to delay the push as best he can. I believe Moon, did you use the glyph before or no?
I believe so, yeah.
He did,
the glyph
okay.
has already been used.
Yeah, definitely so.
Oh, of course, jeez, not charged shots on the Tempest. Nope. Thought it maybe had a chance right there, but apparently not just yet. Man, SGEU, they did not want to give up.
No,
I mean, it's not a deny range yet, but they do want this tower.
They're keeping their. That means it tells me that they feel actually confident in this fight more than anything. They've got that Astrolabe, and they just feel like this is a fight that's on their terms. They would definitely want to try for this tower. I feel like it's worth that deny at all.
It is in deny range, and there we go. The quick damage comes out, and easy deny setup. Bubbles ports in, but just cannot get in range for any kill field right there. So, I mean, again, a lot invested in terms of just time by SGEU specifically, and ultimately was a denied tower right there. So, yeah, in the end, I guess both teams
time invested, but all of Complexity was sitting there.
Exactly.
They fought.
Both
Like they were
there, really,
sitting around farming and making the most out of it. They were actually trying to set up the fight. So.
Yeah. And both of them were there in the end. Ooh, double damage rune going to be bottled up there by Pebbles in the meantime, and he'll take that for himself, it looks like. Predator, in the meantime, himself going to just go over to the Ancients and, well, finishes in Sanitary, as you see, is purchased right there. So that now is going to be delivered and on the way for him.
Yep.
Got Pyromancer and Master of Arms pushing the top lane together. Master of Arms finishing that Shrunken Head, yeah.
Yeah, Joseph pretty much rushing here against this game. Well, a lot of that over to the Pebbles Aluna combination on top of the bubbles. Kelfield calling for a rush Shrunken Head, so definitely improved that there. For any build-ups this game, like that Energizer.
Double damage rune applied to Predator in the meantime. And he is using that to tear apart Conqueror.
Yeah, and it doesn't look like they're actually going to try and make anything happen. I mean,
no.
It's going to be too late. Getting Hellborn.
Go over there, but it wasn't to be. Who got the token, by the way? It was Predator, right? Yeah, Predator did get the token. Didn't see it initially. So he picks up the token to life. And Complexity cannot be happy with that. I thought Pebbles may have jumped in, but never mind. Goes the other way. So we'll say, you know, we got our classic Complexity versus what used to be TDM matchup here.
Yep.
Of just a solid played game to the point.
Well, yeah, very very tight play. Neither team leaving too many openings. Is trying to gain a resource advantage through the map pressure more than necessarily the hero kills. The threat of kills being more appealing than not. Not to mention Keeper of the Forest, man. Big denier of kills there and just pulling some trickery. And, well, they're always afraid of that big Tempest ultimate coming out.
Yeah.
Waiting for you to scream that out, Bricky.
Yeah, and Minot's definitely looking for that opportunity as well. Playing that Tempest. You see off to the side here, trying to find any kind of opening, but again, really not getting much out of it. Finske placing a ward of sight directly in the lane here. That's just out of tower range, of course. So
it's a good read. It's to help Pebbles here with his hunt. He's trying to find someone to jump on. Moon is above and just uses ring, so he wasn't invisible until this second and not able to find anything.
So he does have a little bit of an angle, but yeah, not able to find
all
anything.
His creeps actually killed. So
Complexity not in the best positions right here. But yeah, Stinger and EU again, just pretty confident they can make something happen. Actually jumping to Master Vars right there. Oh, the Tempest ultimate will pull him in. It's not going to be stopped in time, or will it be? It is stopped. Master Vars eventually does fall. However, here's the response now from Complexity. Rue comes out, big burst damage on the Tempest right there. But again, he's already done his job to an extent. Predator now leaping in. He gets 1 kill. He gets 2 kills. And Haxred feeling pretty good after that. Master of Arms not even able to buy back. So it ends up being a 3-for-1 exchange right there for our State Green
They
EU
just
team.
barely killed him. He was walking away with Truck and Head activated, but the auto attacks followed up from a Luna, and I believe Bubbles sniped him out. So, yeah, nice finishing kill. Looks like it's going to be opening up this mid tower push here. Root's down, Parasite's down, Pyromancer, all these down. The other 2 are dead, so take this free tower push. Hopefully steal their Ancients from there. You actually see that they're stacked up a bit. A steal there would be a nice way to control their resources. So see them rush it.
You know, apparently, I don't know if you caught it, but again, I've kind of noticed people bringing it up that Trout accidentally used the offensive Master's Call on himself.
Yeah.
He barely got away, and he used the offensive Master's Call.
Right.
I mean, that's obviously a panic, you know. You're really just
trying to cast it.
Trying to get it off more
well,
so
you
than
saw he was only dying to the auto attacks at the end, given the fact that he had the shrunken head.
Could have
so.
very likely saved him. And actually, yeah, let's
load
if
it
we
up.
do
Let's
have
load it
that,
up. Let's take a look at it.
Let's look at it since we are
See
on
that
a little bit
moment
of
where
dead
the
time
decision
here.
was made. If he was
So
trying
there's
to
the jump. We do see it's not used just yet. He gets out of it barely with any
Yeah.
life. Yeah, the offensive master's calling himself.
Yeah, I've got to feel if he actually used the defense, if he would have survived.
Yeah.
Maybe able to play him back there and help his team out a little bit more. Yeah, so unfortunate, but that's how it is. And all of a sudden now, Stay Green have a massive gold advantage. And keep in mind, over time, the Alchemist Bones is going to keep on growing it even more and more.
472 gold per minute now.
82. 84.
82?
Oh,
What?
sorry, I'm looking at the experience,
like,
man.
what are you saying?
So many graphs. Looking at graphs all day.
It's very similar with the experience per minute gold per minute, but yeah, experience per minute going up as well, of course. 3,900 gold just about for him, so maybe a shrunken head, maybe more damage. As we can see where Predator likes to go here.
Demonic Breastplate could be a option, unless his team already has. Nope, they don't.
Do they?
So.
Nope. Pebbles could be a candidate for that, but
he's going Shrunken Head.
He's going to Shrunken, yeah. That's that Mighty Blade purchased. So 4,300 gold saved up currently on this Predator in the meantime. We do have Bubbles actually looking like he might have been jumping the middle lane, but nope, he is not. Instead, just farming it out and going to fall back. Bubbles actually has his Blessed Ore picked up after that initial portal key. Of course, Navi Fire, aka Zai.
Yeah, look at B-Kid, man, going for a Shrunken Head here, deciding that he kind of needs one at the end.
Yep.
That also will not suffice, especially when you're going to go against Luna, which might be bouncing around, and you know, Pebbles, AoE stun. Looking at Bubbles too, man, who doesn't really care. So lots of ways to interrupt it. And they're like, dude, just get a Shrunken Head. So yeah, building it up now.
Big Frostburn pickup here by Predator. So that's what he spends all the money on in the end. Is that Frostburn? And
okay, so not the demonic, going for the anti-kite instead. Does open up Pebbles to go the Bulwark after his Shrunken Head, which he has the gold for now. He can buy that Shrunken.
There you go.
Shrunken he does.
He agrees with you. He had the gold for it, decides to buy it. So has that coming out for him right now. You talk about Pandemonium and that change up that perhaps he has had 1,200 gold saved up himself. So he was trying another 1,900 on Troutflint, his master.
They've got token for another minute, man. They know they can force these fights. I mean, that's why they're being so aggressive. And it makes it really hard, man. It does make it really hard. Complexity's pretty much forced to run from them, especially after losing that previous team fight. It's that Hellborn side sometimes, man. I swear, Kongor just decides the fate of so many games, especially gone undetected here in this game when they were initially farming it with that double damage Pred.
Good up here, keeping the force Moon just backdooring that top tower, but needs to worry about getting back to his base because, as we see, SGEU leading the way. You mentioned that token of life, still a whole minute remaining on that. That's got to seem like an eternity for Complexity as far as the length of that, because their tower is falling quickly. The Rax is going to be exposed right here. Keeping the force setting himself up. He's actually going for a deny. Not that would have been the biggest deal.
They're not doing anything. Yeah, it's like, okay, 45 more seconds here of him just attacking. It's not like Keeper has Resto, so nice. Was that a leaper?
Wow,
no,
Predator, yeah, he leaped in right there. He went really aggressive.
Bait it out,
basically
though.
saying, kill me right there, but he didn't get a whole lot used in the end. You see Shrunken Head going to be activated by Pebbles. Rue coming out for keeping the force. Pebbles actually in some trouble, but the Tempest ultimate coming out. It is eventually going to be stopped, but he got some good duration out of it. In the meantime, Predator going freaking crazy. He finds Master of Arms. That other Parasite, so much attack speed. And Master of Arms just absolutely melts right there.
Buys right on back, though, Breaky.
The melee racks again, it is dropping. Will this be enough for the hold though? Look at Predator getting sanitary seals. He goes in, 2,500 life, but at what cost for your hat trick coming out for Haxred. He wants to finish off the racks, but he also wants to get some kills, damn it. The quad kill coming out. Will he even pick up an annihilation here? Complexity not going to give him that opportunity at least yet. The melee racks falls. Man, that is a farmed Predator here.
Yeah, just like that. You know, I've got to say, going into this game, it looks like Stay Green knew they were going to pick Keeper of the Forest and was pretty confident in picking this Pred as a result of it. Sure, Keeper can lock down Predator after Stonehide, but this is a nice, even if you makes Keeper either hold on to it to wait till after the Stonehide, or even if he does use it, you're still magic immune during the follow-up magic damage. So, yeah, great job there. And that Shrunken Head, used by Pebbles, took a lot of damage from the Pandemonium during it, I believe, and ended up dying regardless, but it helped him survive an extra few seconds to put out a fair amount of damage during the Elemental Void. So, all in all, in the end, though, man, I don't know what to say, man. Predator's absolutely going crazy at this point. They did take out the melee racks, quad kill for Predator, and at this point, it'd be only a couple more minutes for that token. They can't really fight him at this point, open field.
Yeah, it is a dangerous game right now for Complexity's sake. As far as where they stand, yeah. Well, Chad is definitely making their opinions felt on Predator right now. Let's just say that they go through phases though with heroes. So every we've got the Moon Queen, Artillery.
Seems like those phases last until those heroes take the nerf stick.
Yeah,
if that.
But yeah, I don't know. What is your opinion? I mean,
I think Pandemonium was pretty effective against Pride, but overall the team fight just look at the Hellborn team, man. They got that strong Pebbles initiation. You look at the Legion side, they don't got any portal key to initiate the fight. So I feel like they're just constantly fighting here on Hellborn's watch. Keeping also in mind the fact that, well, Panda never really picked up a Shrunk in this game. He picked up that Blessed Orb, which was essentially an expensive mana item at this point. For plus $10 stats, not really worth it for him. So, need to be a little bit more decisive in his build, but not even sure if that would have made the difference. But I do think Predator is a very effective tool here against this Legion team, even in spite of the fact that they have a Pred Master of Arms.
You see him right here. He's going to actually run into some Keeper Illusions, so going to have fun destroying those. In the meantime, the rest of the Legion team is currently pushing between the middle and the top lane. You got a Luna and Tempest right here. Kind of scouting things out. Minus and Tempest, by the way, 17 more 100 gold saved up after that barrier idle finish, so he's being a complete utility hero for his team right now. Bubbles, the Sheepstick finished for Zai right here playing that Bubbles. Oh, jump over here. They are going to catch Parasite out, actually. Skeleton King's destroyed. The stun from Eluda to follow up. Do they have ultimately enough damage? I don't know if they do. Parasite going for the turnaround, actually, but the barrier comes out, and Parasite will eventually fall. Predator joined the party. And that's when you say sayonara there if you're Complexity, and they do exactly that. So
exactly, and keep in mind they got Shrunken Head to be used by Master of Arms. I'm not sure what Kongor is at, man, but it's got to be up here sometime very, very soon. Looks like they're just going to pressure mid, though. Not going to really care about gathering for Kong. No, Kong just spawned, too. So
just spawned, but you got a double damage on Predator
right now. Exactly.
You want to maximize the use of that at the time of that. So,
oh,
look at that! Pyromancer gets jumped by Bubbles. He gets the stun off, but Predator leaps in and gets the quick kill. In the meantime, Pebbles jumps on the Pandemonium. Pandemonium being out of the double damage. Predator doing so much damage. He's going to be rooted down right there. He has a Stonehead. He's actually not using it just yet. He's still being locked in. He finally gets out of it. Look at Keeper of the Forest locked in by the Elemental Void. He will be destroyed. GG's being called. And that's going to do it for Complexity versus Stay Green EU. Stay Green EU will win this series, or the game one, he game to nothing. And they take the one-game series. I don't know where I'm going on with this anyways. So they advance to 4-0 here in the group stages. Complexity falls to 3-1. Again, not the ultimate decision maker of this whole event by any means, but hey, it is a big deal.
But maybe giving some validation to what they said. I mean, Stay Green and Cinnamons in particular